Why am I not seeing... Oh, there it is, okay. Fuel packs for more of those. $130mm rockets we need to make. All right. Let's see here. We are... first of all, welcome to Empyrion, everybody. And what we're going to do tonight is we are on the moon. And in my last YouTube episode, I was working on my moon base here, and I'm not completely finished with it yet. I still have to finish out my farm and bring a few more supplies up from Akua. And I also need to do some more work out here in the hangar area, expand it a little more and so forth. But that's not really what I'm going to focus on tonight. Tonight's stream, primarily, or ultimately, I want to work on getting the... Raider airborne. We might not be able to completely promethium pellets and magnesium powder. Might not be able to completely finish it tonight. In fact, I'm sure we won't. But I would like to at least get it to a state to where I can start using it. In particular on the multiplayer server that I play on with my friends. But since we are on the moon, one thing I do want to do is I want to probably raid at least one or maybe two POIs, because I might actually need some of the... Do I really not have an oxygen station in here? How could I not have an oxygen station? I might need some of the resources from it to finish my build, particularly for there we go. Sorry. Particularly for you know, like thrusters and so forth, because I think I'm going to need to make some more thrusters. So that's what we're going to do. While I'm waiting for that to finish, let's go take a look at our fuel in here. We're going to need a little more oxygen and a little more fuel. Okay, so that takes care of that. And I was going to make some rockets for my rocket launchers, but I don't have everything I need. Particularly, I need magnesium powder. So, I guess we'll put this over here for now. Okay. And let's grab a little more oxygen out of here for the small vessel. What? How come it's not filling up? I don't understand. That's weird. Okay, well, whatever. I guess then what we'll do is we'll put it in here. Well, we already have some in there anyway. This is all my backup stuff. Okay. All right, so let's hit maybe one POI. And or if we locate a... I don't know if there's magnesium deposits on the moon or not. If there are, that's what I need to make the rockets. So if we happen to see one of those, we'll come back and get the miner here and hit that. If not, then we'll just see if we can get into a POI with our Gatling guns. Be a little bit tougher, but not impossible. Okay, so what have we discovered? We got a silicon deposit there, iron. Yeah, there's magnesium. Okay, so let's actually do that first. So that way we can make rockets. Got a pentaxid deposit too, nice. And then we'll have a better chance of taking down a POI. So we'll park this guy back in the base and we'll get our miner out and we'll go hit that. Yeah, I need to make some more room in here because it's a little tight. But that's something I will do off camera though. Come on, straighten out. And I also need to make another mining laser too. I'm short one, but this will get the job done for tonight. This is basically the Ladybug, but with lasers instead of modules on it. Okay, so here we go. There's a drone out there, so we'll avoid him because I don't have any weapons on this guy. But I won't spend too much time on the moon, just enough to do like one POI and mine this magnesium. And maybe if we see one, we might hit a cobalt deposit too. Though I think I'm pretty good on cobalt. Can't remember honestly. Those are just pentaxid deposits there. How am I doing for fuel in this thing? Yeah, we're in pretty good shape. Right down in the crater here. All right. Doesn't look like there's very much there. Only 67. That's it. Dang, that was a wussy deposit. Well, we don't need any promethium. Alright. What else? There's silicon there. Pentaxid, but next to a base, excavation site. Silicon, silicon. Silicon. Huh, okay. Well, that was a little underwhelming. Well, let's head back to the base then, I guess. And maybe what we'll do... Yeah, I don't want to get too close to that. We'll head back to the base and we'll make as many rockets as we can with the very small amount of magnesium that gave us. And then we'll hit a POI. And then when that's done, we'll head back down to Akua and get to work on the Raider. Now it actually can fly right now, but it's just got stuff kind of slapped on it for the moment. It's not really set up to fly. Plus I need to do a little bit more, I need to put a little bit more work into it on the wings to finish out the wings, but that shouldn't take too long. And I think for the most part we will be done. You know, I could also loot that ship. I could probably get some good materials out of that. too. So that's an option. Maybe what we'll do is we'll get the rockets cooking up and then we'll go check out that ship while we're waiting for the rockets. Alright, here we go. We'll bring this guy over here and just kind of park him like so. So we'll go take out that drone. Oh wait, we're going to start the rockets first, weren't we? Let's do that. Actually grab the ore out of here. Cargo box. 67 magnesium. That's got to be one of the wussiest mineral deposits I've seen. Okay, so does that now allow us to make the 130 mil rockets? It will once we have promethium pellets, which we have lots of promethium pellets. So let's just dump those in there. What's going on in here? Nitrocellulose. Okay, let me double check. I'm pretty sure it is the 130s, but let's just double check it and make sure. Yeah, 130 MSLs. Alright, so we'll just make as many of those as we have magnesium for. Okay, let's whack this drone here. What's my range? 312. Easy enough. See how bad this ship is buried here. It's actually not very bad at all. A little bit in the front, but otherwise not too bad. And there is stuff in here, so gotta figure out where the core is. I don't have any idea where the core is on this ship. Oh, it's right there. That was easy enough. Alright, let's set our own core down. And now we should be able to access all the stuff. Large ammo box. Take that. Wrong button there, old guy. 7 cargo boxes. Little restroom in either copper or zascosium. Little cobalt there. More cobalt. And promethium and biofuel. Not too terribly amazing. Large constructor. Nothing inside of it. Okay. We have one turret. So the thrusters are what's going to give us the good stuff. Let's show these on the HUD so we can see where they are, and maybe we can get to them without them being too terribly buried. Yeah, you know what? Actually, I just thought of something. I should probably do this later. So I think I will do that later. So let's do this. Let's go. That's something I think I want to do on my YouTube videos for this series. So I think I'm going to wait on that. But we could take down at least one POI on stream, because I've already done that many times on YouTube, and you know, everybody's already seen it before, so it's not like anything super special. Definitely got to make some more room in here. Good grief. It's a pain in the butt. Turn around here. Level out. There you go. Okay, let's go grab our rockets. Oh, wow. That made a whole bunch of rockets. Okay. That's good. That's good. Okay, so POI. We want to hit a POI, and we've got, what do we have? Let's kind of fly this direction, because I have a feeling like there's a few more POIs that we have not yet discovered. Guns loaded here. It seems like I'm going awfully slow, but I'm hitting 40 meters per second, which I think is the max speed. Alright, is this a hostile place? It's definitely a hostile drone. Can't hit anything. Hey Josie, how you doing, man? This is one of those excavation places. I think I'm going to hold off on that. Well, you know what? We could actually check it. Let's check it. Can I land in here, or is that going to be too tight? Oskatoon, huh? Yeah, that's a pretty cool place. Ocean planet. I just had a pretty bad Subnautica stream. I lost my sub and my prawn and my sea moth. It was bad. I went off the edge of the map into the crater's edge zone, and not knowing exactly what it was, it spawned in, you know, like a bunch of ghost leviathans, and they just ate the shit out of me. So, and because I lost all my stuff in that zone, I can't recover any of it. So I basically have several hours of off-camera work to do to try and get back to where I was. So, kind of bummed about that, but, you know, it is what it is. Because after I got off the stream, I actually looked up the Crater's Edge zone, and that's when I realized that, you know, that's like the end of the map. You're not supposed to go there at all, so... Anyway, live and learn, eh? Two, huh? Yeah. It happens. It certainly does. But... it's not the end of the world. Definitely... oh, wow, that's a good find. Definitely recover from it. I've actually never been in this place. I wonder if there's anything significant in there. So I'm about ready to head back to Akua. I wanted to do one POI raid. Stopping by here real quick to see if these guys have anything good. And what I want to do is I want to get my raider at least functional, so that way I can spawn it in on Black Widow server and start using it. Well, that's kind of my plan. And I was gonna what the hell? I was gonna attack an enemy base, and I still might, but then I came across this one, so I figured I'd loot it. Okay, what's in these places here? Oh, the farm. Ah, alright. I should pick all this stuff and take it back and put it in the fridge. Oh, I don't have any room. Alright, I'll come back later. That's farm 2. What's this say? Aunt Mary's gardening and farming. Right, okay. If you say so. Whoa. Come on, get over there. Oh, I think I was already in here. Cantina. Oh, we actually have a vendor up here. That's good to know. It's really good to know. I'll have a waffle. Thank you very much. Alright, that's just a house as well. What are all these things? Are these all living quarters? Yeah, I think they are. Alright. What about this? Is this a living quarters? No, this is something else. Like a command station or something. Oh, it's where the core is, okay. Nothing in there. Alright, well, actually not a whole lot here. So we'll unload all this extra stuff here. And I don't want that wood. Well, you know what? Actually, maybe we should keep it, because I don't know if I brought any wood up here. I think I did. Alright, let's go take out an enemy base here. Where we're heading this direction. Oh, there's some cobalt. I could use that, but I want to bring the miner over here. What is this? Oh, it's a defense tower. I don't know if that's worth... if there's anything worth looting in that or not. Does it have guns? It's not shooting at me. Okay, now it is. What's my range on these rockets? 331 meters. Okay. Have to get pretty darn close. This is a little risky here. That one hit. Okay, it looks like I took out the turret. Let's get this guy out of the way. Alright, we took a hit right here. Looks like it's pretty minimal damage. Alright, let's check this out. I don't think I've ever messed with these before. I don't know if there's anything worthwhile here or not. There's fuel. That means there's got to be a core somewhere. My guess is that it's going to be around here, maybe? Nope, that didn't do anything. Huh. Okay. Well, I don't really know that there's much here to do. I guess we could try and blast it with our Gatling guns. Oh shit! There was something in there. Okay, good. I'm glad the stuff inside doesn't get destroyed when you hit it. Well, that's not particularly exciting stuff. Yeah, we get a little bit of material from that. Anything down here, or is it just blocks? Like it's just blocks. Whoa! Alright, well. So you get a fuel tank and a Jenny and a crate from taking those out. I guess that's not too bad, considering you only have to blow up one gun. Plus it cleared these 2 Pentax deposits out for me later. Excavation, sorry, that's where we just came from. Let's kind of, I guess we'll fly towards the marker. I was just coming this way to see if there... Okay, yeah, there is something. In fact, that looks like a drone base. If that's what that is, that could be a little tricky to take out. Let's see if we can figure out what it is. It's an outpost. Okay. Alright, let's see. Whoa, he's firing already. Got fast guns too. Yeah, this might be a little tough. Taking a little bit of fire, but I don't think those guns are doing a huge amount of damage to me. There we go. That's anti-personnel guns. Level out. Alright. This isn't a very big POI. Oop. Let's repair first. We lost one panel there. overall. Very minimal damage, I'd say. Alright, let's see what we got over here. It's a colorful place. Alright, let's see if we can bust in through here. Oh. I just opened the door. Okay. We need to watch out for turrets. What does that switch do? Opens that door. Oh, that thing's up above. Okay. All right. And the core's down. Okay, we should get some stuff from here. A bunch of chests up here. All Zascosium or gold. Heavy weapon upgrade kit. Yeah, I hope there wasn't anything valuable up there. Doesn't look like it. Alright, let's go back down this way. Take that, and that, and that. Okay. There's the good stuff. Alright. I think after this, we're going to head back down to the planet and get working on the ship. Because I'd like to get that thing airborne by the end of the night, if possible. Not really a whole lot left on here. A couple lights and that's about it. Okay. I don't think there's anything else in there. Okay, so we're going to fly back to our lunar base. And grab our drills. And then we're going to head back down to the planet and get to work on the ship. You know, the funny thing is, too, is there's obviously drones around on the moon here, but they have not, to my knowledge, attempted to attack my base yet. Got a couple flux coils out of that. And I'm not sure why they haven't. My base has been running for quite some time now. So I'm hoping that's not a bug, but it sure kind of seems that way. Oh boy. Excuse me. I gotta go loot the downed Polaris over there too, but I'm gonna do that later. I use this save for making my for my YouTube Let's Play series, so I don't want to do a whole lot of YouTube type content on stream. I mostly want to just do some building. This is a deep crater. Yeah, I don't think I've been attacked once yet since I've been here. Alright, let's level her out here. What the hell's going on? Oh. Too high, that's what's going on. Kind of a pain in the butt to turn around in here, so that's why I'm backing in. Alright, so is there anything here I want to leave up here? I think I want to leave that food there. But then, well, I might take that stuff back with me to the planet. We can leave the explosives up here, as when we come back, we will go after some more POIs. We can leave the fuel here. Take a little bit back with me, though. And I think that's it. I think everything else we'll take back down planet side. Let's check our fuel. And we got full fuel and 21% in our capacitor on the solar panels. How come that door's not closing? What the hell? Okay, let's head on home. That's just a a moon base anyway. That's not my main base. If those of you who are watching me for the first time. And by the way, welcome to the stream and thanks for hanging out too. Hey everybody. Hope you guys are all having a great Friday evening. I just finished about a 2.5, 3 hour Subnautica stream, and I just literally got my ass handed to me by some ghost leviathans. But that was mostly because I did not. I'm still kind of new to the game, and I didn't realize that when you go to the crater's edge, where the hell's the planet at? Here, let's look around this way. Must be behind the moon. Yeah, there it is. When you go to the crater's edge, you're basically at the end of the map, and I didn't know that. And so what happens is you get out of this like scary deep water, and the game spawns the ghost leviathans, and not just one, but 3. And they basically kick the shit out of you. And so I lost my Cyclops, I lost my Prawn, I lost my Sea Moth, and of course they killed me too. There's no getting away from them. So it was a hard lesson learned, but now I know better. So next time I'll have to spend quite a few hours probably off camera mining and getting all my stuff back and rebuilt before I stream it again. But at least I know not to go there now. So it was pretty bad. But it doesn't matter. We had fun anyway. It's an awesome game. If you guys haven't played or watched Subnautica, I highly recommend it. But we're going to head back down to the planet here, to Akua. And I'm going to try, by the end of the stream, trying to have my raider airborne. Probably won't have it completely finished. I don't think that's my lake. But I'd like to get it at least functional, so that way I can put it up on in the blueprints and spawn it in on the multiplayer server. Because this is just a single player game here. I think that's where I want to go. I've been working on this Cylon Raider, the newer type, for a long time now. Of course, I don't, play every single day. It's more like once a week. So it's taken me a while, but I really want to get it done so I can use it in multiplayer. So this is my little water base here. I'm going to drop a couple things off in the base. Ah, shit. I forgot to bring my mining lasers back down. Oh well, I won't worry about that. I'm not going to mine tonight anyway. So yeah, this is an underwater base that I made. The living area is all closed in glass, and it's pretty cool. This is where I got my bedroom and the kitchen and all that kind of stuff, all the fun stuff. And then you can go just right out the door, and you're in the water. So it's pretty neat. But all the machinery, except for a couple things up here, is down here. So this is where all the good stuff is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop off all these components and ores we got from the moon. Put the ammo in there. Yeah, that's good. Okay, and then I should have a whole bunch of hardened steel blocks that I made last time I was on. I don't think we'll need all of those because I don't have a whole lot more to do in terms of adding blocks to the ship. We just have to finish the interior wings, and then once we do that, then it's mostly just going to be fitting all the components that we need to get to fly well. Now, one thing I am going to need a whole mess of, more than I already even have, are RCSs, because the ship is huge. It's ginormous for a small vessel, and I probably overdid it a little bit on the size, but it is what it is, and it's going to need RCSs like there's no tomorrow, because it's just really hard to control at the moment. So we want small vessels, and I'm going to queue up. What's the output on these? I guess it's just one at a time. So let's... Well, I don't think I need 100. Let's queue up. What the hell am I doing? Let's do another 50. And we'll see how far that gets us. Alright. Chow down on a couple. Our food topped off here. How's our fuel? Yeah, we should probably top that off as well. I haven't actually set up any solar power down here. Something I probably should do at some point, but I actually want to get off of Kua. I've spent way too much time here, and as beautiful of a place as it is, I want to move along to some more interesting spots. So... 2 sets of heavy armor, nice. Alright, let's go get that ship built. There she is. That's my my rendition of the Cylon Raider. It's a lot bigger than it looks too, for a small vessel. So let's see if we can get this thing in the air tonight. In the air as in actually functional in the air, not just messing around. Alright, so I have the outside edge of the wings done. But the first thing we want to do is I want to finish the inside wings, because I ran out of blocks the last time I was working on that. So that's what we're going to do first. Let's get the symmetry plane set up. Alright, and then we'll test it, make sure that it's set correctly. Because sometimes it doesn't, yeah, that looks good. One thing I've been thinking about too is trying to change this. I had a really hard time with the front here, because the problem is the outer layer is half blocks instead of whole blocks, and you're very limited as to what you do in the in regards to angles with half blocks. And I'm just not really happy with this, but I'm not sure what else I might be able to do about it. So I'm probably going to leave it that way for the first version of this, but I might work on it later at some point in an updated version and see if I can make that look a little better than it does. But it is what it is for now. Okay, so let's put some blocks on this thing. I think what we want to do here is we want to take that out, and this one over here. And then we'll pop a block in there. Perfect. Okay. Now this is just going to be an angle block, like so. And then I got to remember how to do this. I think I put this here too. No, that's not right. What block goes in there? I remember how that works. Oh, you know what? Maybe that is right. Alright, well, let's just leave it that way for now. And, no. Change the axis there, man. There you go. I might actually have to leave it that way. We'll see. Alright, so this one... That where I want there? I think so. Yeah. And then we put this guy in here. Not sure about this, though. Now that I'm looking at it some more. What would happen if I put that in there? Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. Don't know, though, how I would match up to this. And I might not be able to do that. No, there should be a way to do it. There should be a way to do it. So I gotta figure this out here. All this geometry hurts my head. Let's take that back out. So this is probably just a normal block. So let's put that in. And then what if we put that there? And let's see. That there and take that out. Okay. And then we can put this in here. And that gets that to work. And I think, too, now that I look at this, I think I want to also put this guy in here. Flipped around this way. Yeah, that works. It's a little weird how that comes together, but I think that's workable. So let's fix that on the other side too. Unfortunately, with the symmetry plane, you can place blocks and have it mirror on the other side, but you can't remove blocks and have them mirrored on the other side. So if you have to redo something like this, whoops, wrong gun, then you have to do it a little differently. Okay, so what do we do here? We put in an angle, and then we put in a corner there. Right? So that means that this here needs to be a corner block. Like so. Alright. And then I think I put a full block in there. And then I think this was another corner, maybe? I just want to get it. Yeah. Oh, no. Wait, yeah, that's right. Get it again. And then this is this guy here. Okay, what do I have in that spot? I don't have anything in that spot yet. Okay, so now we're caught up on both sides. So I think, what do we put here? We put is that right? And then take that out and put this in. Sometimes it's kind of hard to see what angle it's actually at. Yeah, like that. And then this goes like so. And then we take this out. And what do we got going on over here? Is that right? So that's a corner, that's a full, that's a corner, and that's a triangle. Is this one, oops, one of these? Not sure about that. Maybe this needs to be a full block. And maybe this needs to be a corner block. Like that. And then that goes there. And that goes there. Okay. That's better. I can get a little weird, you know, with these angles and stuff. Okay, so this has to come back out. And I think we put this in there. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so are we caught up on both sides now? Let's take a look. I think we are. Perfect. Okay. Now, I believe this will be that guy, and that'll be that guy. And then we'll put these in. That should be another corner, I think. No, that's not right. This probably is one of these, I'm thinking. And then we put that in there, and that there, and another one of these, and nope, that's not right. Did something wrong. I think that needs to be that block there. Hey, full calc, how's it going, man? What you up to tonight, dude? Okay, I'm still not getting this right, so Let's start from this spot. Alright, so I put a full block in there. And we'll put the same in here. Now this is probably one of these, I think. Right? And then... Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw you sent me another text, but I was streaming, so I'll read it later. I think that goes there. And... that goes there. And... that goes there. This is all jacked up. What's wrong with that? Is it messed up on both sides? No, it's good on this side. Okay. This is so confusing, man. That should be one of these. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now we're caught up. This still looks kind of weird to me, but I guess it's the way it needs to be. Or is it? We should be able to theoretically get it to match the top, right? So, in order to do that, we want to do this. And we want to do this. No, I think that's the right block, but I had it rotated incorrectly. Like that. There, that's better. That's the way it's supposed to be. Okay, so let's fix it over here. So we put this guy in here. And this guy in here. Beautiful. Love it when a plan comes together. Okay. So are we caught up? I think so. Yeah. Alright. So here we put in a normal block. No, not there. What the hell? Alright, and I think we'll put this guy in here. And then in here we put that guy. And then this guy. Like so. And then we put in yeah, I think that's right. And then we go back to this one. Except for that's the wrong rotation. Okay, and then we go to this one. And continue. In likewise fashion. Okay, now that we're getting to these longer sections, we can make a little bit better time here. Alright, and then that goes in there. This goes in here. Like so. We're getting there. We are getting there. One of the things I kind of don't like about this, and I don't think there's anything I can do about it because it's just the way Empyrion is, but the wings are going to kind of have a little bit of a serrated look to them, which I suppose could be seen as kind of a cool thing, you know. But you know, you got to work with what the game gives you to work with, so. Here, let's put the rest of these in place. Like so. Okay. And then we'll put the rest of these in place. Like so. And then we'll finish it out with the triangle pieces. Alright. There it is. Everything look good on this side? Everything except for that spot there. Alright. So we'll fix that. Excellent. Alright, I do believe, ladies and gentlemen, that the wings, for the most part, are done. I wonder, though, is there anything else I could do here? I might actually put some guns on the very tips, though, so I haven't decided yet. I don't think I'm going to mess with that right now because I don't want to spend a bunch of time on it just to end up changing it out later anyway. So the next thing we want to do is we want to start doing the wing covers for the thrusters here. Now, one thing I need to decide before I proceed any further, too, is if I'm happy with the lift, the vertical thrust. So let's hop in the ship and test that out again with the way that it is right now. That's not terrible, you know, for such a big ship, but it's still not quite as much as I would like it to have. So I think what we want to do is we want to put some more thrusters, vertical thrusters on this thing. So how many do we have now? We've got 6. And these are, what are these, the mediums? I think those are the mediums. That's a large. Yeah, these are mediums. The 252s. Oh, well, we're missing some on this side for one thing. We're missing 3 on that side. So, and I don't think I really want to put bigger ones on, just because I don't want them to stick out that much. I'm going to put hardened steel grates over the tops of these to give them some armor protection. Oh, what the hell's going on back here? Oh, does it? Is it how well does it work? Let's see. Sun's in my face there. I can't see what I'm doing. Is that the right block there? I don't think that's the right block. Maybe it is. No, that's not the right block. Yeah, that's the right block. There we go. There we go. Now, what if we also took those out and put in just these? And then what if we took these out? You guys can tell I'm making this up as I go, huh? Flip that around there. Like so. Right? Yeah. And I don't think there's a block that'll fit perfectly in there, but we might be able to. Could do that. Because either way, it's going to stick out. So it's just a matter of, do I want it to stick out on this side? Or do I want to use the little one and have it be like that? Not really sure. Let's just go with this for now. Doesn't look terrible. Okay, so thrusters. We need more thrusters. So we need 3 more on this side just to get that even. But I'm thinking maybe we even add 2 more on both sides. So we need a total of 7 more of these guys. I hope I have what I need to make those. We're going to find out real quick. We are going to find out real quick here. It worked perfectly until you stopped to type that it's working. Okay. Yeah, if you think it works halfway decent, then I might be interested. Now, in older Empyrion, you could take a small vessel like what I'm flying here and take it right under the water and it would just keep going. So, you know, at that point it was real easy to make quote-unquote subs, but of course they changed that. Which kind of sucks because, you know, why in the hell not let us just do that? The only reason I can think of why they would do that is because they're at some point planning on actually making a real submarine. But I don't know if that's the case or not. It would be situational. Not for sure if they did. Okay, so we need thrusters. Oh, okay. Look at that. I have 7 right there. It's exactly what I needed. Huzzah! Alright, let's grab these RCSs while we're here. That was fortuitous. We'll grab all of these guys too. Nice. Okay. So we'll go back and we'll put those on. And the reason I want to get those figured out first, because then I can finish building out those wings. And then after that, we'll have to work on the other, you know, the lateral thrusters. which needs some major work. And I think we're pretty good for forward thrust. We're going to need to work on reverse thrust a little bit too. Whoop, back up a little bit. There we go. Wrong key. There we go. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to take out these blocks here. Alright, and grab these. That's the right direction. How come my page down and page up keys aren't working right? Oh, it's supposed to lower it or raise it for me. It's not working. I don't know why. All right, let's do this then. There we go. Maybe you have to be in your drone for that to work. Okay, so that can go there. And we'll put another one right here. Come on. Get in there. It's not working again. Why the hell isn't that working? That's weird. Alright, well let's do this then. Let's flip it. And there we go. Ah, damn it, that's not what I want to do. Okay, well here, let's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this one we want to flip and put this way. Yeah, page down's not working. Okay, and then we'll flip this guy back around. Like so. Get the stupid page down key to work. I don't know why it's glitching out on me. There. Okay, so that gives us 6, and then we want 2 more over there and 1 more over here. Okay, so this one flips back around. I wonder if it has to do with the way it's rotated. Maybe that's what it is. Okay, so that's 7. And then we have... Wait a minute. What? That's 6 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, there's 8. Okay. Yeah, I just miscounted. Alright, so we want to pop out these blocks here to make room for 2 more thrusters. And put that around. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it doesn't want to maneuver correctly. I'm going to have to do it the hard way, like that. And then slide it up 1 more block. Just a little bit. There you go. Perfect. Okay, let's try that and see if we like the thrust with that many. Alright, wait for the jetpack. It's not bad. Still not absolutely ideal, though. You know what? That is actually pretty slow now that I try it. We're gonna have to fix that too. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to be able to make this fly as agile as a smaller small vessel, but I think we can do better than that. So, okay. It's going to take a little bit of working and tweaking to get this to work. That's for sure. So if we added more of these, I don't really want to put anything on the fuselage because I'm gonna need the room in here for the bazillion RCSs I got to put in to make this thing turn. You wouldn't believe how clunky it is trying to turn, and I already have something like 40 RCSs in it. So the one thing I want to consider though is probably if we're going to add more, I don't think I want to put any more this way forward, but we do have a little more room to play with on the rear. So I'm thinking maybe 6 more, so 3 more here and 3 on the other side. So let's go back and try that and see if we have enough resources to make that work. If you guys are curious, there are a couple of other Cylon Raiders on the workshop, but none of them come even close to as large as this one. This one dwarfs all of them. And I wanted to make a good sized ship. I intended to make it pretty big. The only thing about it though is that I wasn't expecting it to be as sluggish as it is, because I'm building a ship that's arguably the size of a small capital ship, but I'm using small vessel equipment to do it. So that's why I'm, really butting up against the maximum size limit, and still having a ship, that you can fly, that is going to handle well and all that. So what do I need for this? Cobalt alloy. Oh, I've got lots of cobalt. Yeah, we should be able to make plenty of these then. Alright, so I said 6 more, right? Let's go ahead and then do that. We'll queue up 6. I'm also going to want to add some more back thrusters. So the extra large are 3 by 10 by 3s, and these are 3 by 13 by 3s. Do I have? I don't have any more of the big ones. I got some small ones, but I'm trying to use as big of a thrusters as I can, just because here again it's such a heavy ship that it's going to need the horsepower. So alright, well, I guess while we're waiting for these guys, since it's going to take a little while, let's go back and we'll put the we'll put some more RCSs in and see what we want to do for the rear thrusters. What's going to make the most sense? Okay, so here's what's going on down here. I have 41 RCSs on the ship, and it still turns like a tank. Really bad. I got my warp drive here, and then my big thruster there. Oh, you know what? That's actually not a big thruster, isn't it? It's a, what is it? It's a large. That's the first thing we should probably do. So we should probably, let's take this stuff out. Take those jennies out. And we're gonna put an XXL in here for sure. I'll probably go ahead and leave the warp drive where it is. So let's put another row of RCSs down. How come that's not showing up? Oh, wait a minute. That's a capital vessel RCS. No wonder. Must have just looted that from somewhere. Okay, so let's put these in. My intention was to have, you know, a bunch of space here in the fuselage to put storage and all that, but I'm afraid this whole entire section is probably just going to be packed with RCS, and then, you know, we're going to have to do more the storage and all that up here. So what we'll do though is we'll put another row in like so. And then we'll wait till we can put another big thruster in the middle there. And then probably put more RCS around it. And let's see, what else? Might actually pick this stuff up for now too. And move it over to the front here. So we can put the warp fuel there. And what's this? This is just normal fuel. And let's see. I'm not really going to be too concerned about exactly where these will ultimately go until I get the RCS situation figured out. Now I'm planning on putting some guns up in the front here too, but I'm also going to have wing mounted guns, because if you're familiar at all with the Raider, it has a couple of big ass guns mounted right underneath the wings here and pointing out that way. So I'm going to try and mimic that. But the Raider only has 2 guns. This one's going to have quite a bit more. So I think what we'll do is we're going to make another XXL for the center. We'll pop it in there, and I might even put another 2 at the very rear of the wings in these spots, sticking out here. But we'll put the other XXL in first, and we'll just see what the thrust is like at that point. Alright, let's head on back and get those engines. Oh, wrong button. Wrong button there, old guy. Josie, are you going to be on Black Widow server tomorrow? What I'm actually one of the reasons why I'm actually doing this right now is because I want to try and get the Raider ready so I can actually spawn it in on the server tomorrow, multiplayer server. By the way, those of you guys who are watching, if you are looking for a multiplayer server, me and my buds play together several times a week, and got several slots open. We play on the Voodoo scenario, which, if you're not familiar with that, provides over 150 planets and moons. Rather than the 9 or whatever that Vanilla has. So if you're looking for a server and you're interested, sign up on my Discord. You can find the link in the info section of my channel, and come and play Empyrion with us. We have a lot of fun. Mostly PvE server, but we do some PvE events. At least that's kind of the way it is at this point. So, okay, so I have those. Those are our verticals, and then I wanted to make another XL for the back. So let's just make that for now, and we'll try it and see if it'll get the job done. I'm kind of thinking it probably won't, but we'll do this one thing at a time. One of the things I like about Empyrion is that when you do make something and then break it back down later, you get all your stuff back, which is really nice, because a lot of other games will only give you a percentage back of the materials that you used to make, you know, whatever it is that you made. So that way, you know, if you make something and you decide it's not gonna work, you're not out anything because you get all your stuff back. So okay, so what we need to do is we have 6 more of these guys, right? Okay, so we need to punch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So let's flip that guy around and pop him in place there. I think it's going to be easier if I do them in sequence here. It's because I'm not... See, now it's working. I don't know why that wasn't working earlier. That's really weird. And I got that in the wrong spot. Make sure that's on disassemble. There. Yeah, it's working fine now. Well, it is an alpha game, so there are issues with it sometimes. Oh, damn it. There we go. It's a hell of a lot of thrusters. But this ship's going to need them. Okay, so flip this around and bump it up 1 level. There we go. That around and go down a level. And flip this around and go up. Beautiful. Love it when a plan comes together. Alright, we still have more upward thrust than down, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I would actually rather have more upward than down anyway. The only thing is it could affect combat a little bit for maneuvering, but probably isn't going to be a major thing. Hey, Dan, how you doing tonight, man? Yeah, you off for the weekend, or do you have to go to work? Did you get also? Did you get Empyrion installed? All right, let's try this out. That's not too bad. I think I can live with that. I mean, you know, considering how big the ship is, and that it's using small vessel equipment, I think that's a reasonable amount of vertical thrust. I don't know that this would really be a good PvP ship, though. But I think for PvE it'll be fine for busting POIs. Of course, the real acid test is not going to be the vertical so much as it's going to be the lateral thrust that we got to work out, and that's pretty much almost non-existent at the moment. In fact, it is non-existent. I must not even have those thrusters on. So here's the thing about the RCS. So I have, you know, this thing still turns terrible. I mean, look at that. I'm moving my mouse all the way across the pad. Well, I guess we shouldn't judge that yet until we get the lateral thrusters in, because that's going to affect its somewhat too. See my little red windshield for the Raider? I haven't decided what I'm going to do for coloring. I mean, the actual Raider is silver, but I don't think I want to leave it silver. I want to actually paint it, make it look cooler. So I might either make it all black with red lights, or I might make it all red. I haven't decided yet. No, pretty cool looking. Okay, so I think we're gonna go with that for the vertical thrust. And so now what we want to do is we want to work on the let's work on the rear thrust next. Let's see if we can get that sorted. So we made that XL engine, or double XL engine, that's going to go in there. And if we still don't like it, that's pretty cool looking, huh? I like that. It's the little things, right? If we still don't like it, then we're going to punch a hole in the back of the wings here and put 2 more thrusters in. And then that's probably going to have to do the job. Because I don't want to get, I don't want to get too crazy in terms of the thrusters, so that the ship, still looks more or less like the Raider. And the real Raider has 3 rear engines, just like I had it, configured earlier. One in the center and then these 2 on the side. And another option I suppose we could do, if we can't get the larger engines to fit and make it look nice, is we could put a bunch of smaller thrusters, back, like say in these 4 slots here. That's an option too, if it comes down to it. Okay, so let's go back and get that big engine, and we'll come and test it out and see if it satisfies the old guy. You're off and you have your kids all weekend? Okay, cool. Right on, man. Well, enjoy your weekend. And if you have time and you have Empyrion installed, come and play with us if you want to. I'm planning on being on tomorrow morning, Mountain Time. But then I have a different stream I have to do in the afternoon. And then I'll probably play a little bit on Sunday at some point too, but I haven't decided what time yet. Alright, so we got this big ass thruster here. That was the one that was in there. Oh, I didn't put those generators back, so we might have been actually running on less power, which could have possibly affected things too. Okay, so that's a medium thruster. So those were the ones I was talking about that we could potentially... That's a 1-2-1. That's a 1-3-1. I think if we do that, I actually would probably rather put these in instead. But let's do this. This has a force of 1.16 MN. I'm not sure what that stands for. And this is 1.33 MN. There's not a huge difference between those two. And that being the case, I'm pretty sure this isn't going to be enough. So let's see. This is a 2x5x2. That's a 1x3x1. That has 840 KN. I wonder what that stands for. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Let's make another one of those. And we'll try the first thing that I had said about putting those on the ends of the wings. And we'll just see what it looks like. It might work. Oh, your son has the PC and he's not letting you play, huh? Well, that sucks. I'm pretty sure this double XL is not going to be enough, but we'll try it and we'll see. Alright, so I want that to go in there. And probably going to want to try and do this with the drone, I think. Okay, what's the key to shift laterally? I don't remember what it is. Maybe what we need to do is come at it from this side. Yeah, that's going to work better. Okay, so that means it's going to come there, I think, right? Nope. It needs to go out one block. Alright, which direction is it going? Need to flip it this way. Okay. Okay, so I think I need to take it... That right? Yeah, it should come to the very edge of that block right there. So get down in there and then slide this way. Boom. Beautiful. Okay. I might actually redo this back end too. And bring it back a little further, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Okay. Well, let's try it. Let's just try it and see what it does. Yeah, see, that's still not very good, I don't think. pretty slow. Yeah, that's actually not good at all. The more I mess with it. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to add more thrusters for sure. So, darn it. Okay. So 3 of the biggest engines you can put on a small vessel are on here, and it's still not enough to push this chunk of metal. Alright, so here's our options then. We can take these 2 big ones that I made and pop them in the end of the wings here. That's option 1. Option 2 is we could do like a whole bank of small thrusters in the back here. Because we have some room. Let's see here. Okay, we can only go back that far without moving the warp drive, which I don't want to do. I want the warp drive to stay there. But we could bring, we could bring these blocks out a little further. So we could do like a bank of 6 small thrusters here. And I don't think that would detract too much from, what the Raider looks like. The other option is, instead of putting, the 2 big ones here, we could put a bunch of small ones sticking out the back. But here again, they have to be the equivalent of, the force of this one big one. I'm not sure, though, if I'm going to like the way this will look with the big one sticking out the wing here. There's only one way to find that out. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to take these out. How long is this thing? It's 7 blocks long. And we're going to want it to be flush with that, I think. So, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. And now let's take this guy and flip him around. Oh. Damn it, that's 3 wide, not... Oh, shit. That's going to mess with my symmetry. But... Okay. Gotta think about this for a second. Alright, let's just do it and see what it looks like. You can always change it later. There we go. What we could do if we end up going with this, I need to raise it up. I don't want it sticking down like that. We might be able to get away with this though, because here's what I'm thinking. The actual Raider has, all these blocks here. I'm going to bring all the way over and cover up these engines, not only to protect them, but because the actual Raider actually has a little raised portion on the top of its wings. So that's definitely by design. And so what we might be able to do is, you know, kind of continue that back here and cover the top of this thruster too, and get away with it, essentially, make it actually work. Now, the other thing I'm thinking is, let's see, what's this? This is the large. I wonder if we could actually get away with the extra large. We can go back another 3 blocks, right? So that's 10 blocks. So let's go back to the base real quick and see. Yeah, let's go back to the base really quick and see how long the XXL is. I don't remember off the top of my head. Because if we can fit that in there, I'd rather have the extra oomph. Okay, so let's try that. In hindsight, I would have actually brought my advanced constructor over and put it over there and all the stuff instead of keep running back and forth, but it might not be worth the bother now. We'll see. Yeah, I was actually mentioning that earlier, Dan, too. It's really nice that you get all your stuff back. And if you own the block or the base or the structure of the ship, you know, that you're picking it up on, you can actually pick it up whole. You don't even have to take it apart and break it down to its components. Okay, so that's a 373. This is a 310-3. So that would actually work. It would butt right up against the vertical thruster, but it would work. So we're going to make 2 of those. And these we're just going to kind of hang on to for now. And if that still isn't enough, then we're going to make a bunch of these little guys here and stick them kind of in... well, we could make a bank of 6 of these. Those are 90 kilowatts. Or, no, I don't think that's kilowatt. Or, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong thing. 350 KN versus 126 MN for these XLs. But we could do a bank of 6 of those right on the ass end too. And I'm thinking I might want to just do that anyway. What are these? The force on that's 160. These are 350. So let's queue up 6 of these. 2. And I'm just going to do it because I'm almost sure I'm going to want that extra thrust. And hopefully that'll give us enough rear thrust to where we don't have to do anything more on the wings, because I kind of don't want to mess with the wings too much more. Well, it's really more, the better way of saying that is mass affects the thrust. So, you know, the more mass you have on the ship, you know, as it would be in real life, the more impact the thrust is going to have, and, you know, the handling and all that. And that's why, you know, I need so many RCSs on the thing just to turn it. But I can't really judge the RCSs too much until I get the lateral thrusters sorted out, which we'll work on next after we get the rear thrusters sorted out. Alright, while we're waiting for that, looks like I could use a little bit of food. It doesn't look like I have any meat. I did do some hunting the last time I was on this playthrough, and I think I used it all to make canned meat and took it up to my moon base. So let's just grab some tomatoes, and we'll grab some pears. Where the hell are my pears at? Here we are. And we'll have ourselves a nice little vegetarian lunch here. Chow down on some tomatoes. Chow down on some pears. Good stuff. I love it in these survival games when you get to the point, and I've been here for a long time now on this playthrough, but you get to the point where you have an abundance of food after, struggling so long in the beginning. It's always a nice feeling. Okay. Oh, I need to remember to put those generators back in too, because part of the problem could be that I'm running out of power, and that will affect efficiency, obviously. Okay, so we got our two big boys. We'll come back and get the little ones after we get these set. And obviously, guys, when I am done with this and I get it to the point where I'm satisfied with how it handles and get it decorated, I will put it on the workshop. And if you guys are interested, you're welcome to download it and try it out. I won't get that far tonight, though. In fact, it's already almost midnight. Jeez, where's the time go? Alright, so let's stand right here. And we want to pop out the rest of these blocks so that butts right up against there. I'm just going to set it down for a second. Excuse me. Yeah, and then it'll be flush with the end of the wing there. Yeah, when I started this build, like I said earlier, I really didn't know what I was getting myself into in terms of just how big this ship is and how much power it requires to work it. Well, I think it's going to be pretty damn cool if we can get it to work. I'd like it to be more than just a novelty. I'd like to actually be, a functioning ship that's fun to fly and works, gets the job done. Okay. So I know that looks kind of stupid right now, but like I said, once we kind of get the rest of the wings covered, I think we'll probably be able to get away with that. By the way, these aren't going to stay here either. These forward ones, that was just there temporarily. We'll have to figure that out too. Lots to do. Okay, so let's take out these blocks here. And all of these blocks I'm getting back whole, which is good because they're pretty damned expensive. This is hardened steel. It's the middle. Well, it's the only steel. It's the best steel you can put on a small vessel. The game does also have what's called combat steel that you can put on bases and capital vessels. Oh, I didn't lose that block. But on small vessels, hardened steel is the best you can put on, I believe. Okay, so, oh, look at that. Is that? I think that's right. What do you know? Went in perfect the first time. Okay, let's head back and grab those 6 smaller thrusters that we're going to put here on the ass end. And then we'll give it a test. See if it's going to get the job done. I was originally going to build this thing on my platform on the top of the base, but it became apparent to me early on that there's no way would be enough room up here to do that. So that's why I moved it to the pad over by the original base there. But I'm hoping this will do the trick. Okay, so we'll grab those 6 now. We need to start thinking about lateral thrusters, but actually, let's just wait. Because I'm not sure what size of thruster I'm going to use for that yet. Oh, you know what? Before I forget, let's get these other jennies put back in here. I wasn't paying attention to, you know, how much power was being used during the thrust, but I want to make sure that these are in place. I think we want to turn it this way. Just for aesthetic reasons, not because it actually needs to be. And you got to be careful standing next to these because they do get hot, but I've got heavy armor on with EVA boost and all that, so it's not going to really matter. Okay, so now what we're going to do here, these guys are 3 blocks long. And we definitely don't want them sticking out past the big thrusters, I don't think. So these are going to have to go. And that needs to go that way. Okay. You know what I might end up doing? I kind of don't like the idea that the warp drive doesn't have any steel, so we might end up actually sliding that forward a block and putting you know, some more protection in there. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. Okay. Let's give it a try. All right. Let's back up a little bit. I just knocked that tree down. You know, I think what I'm going to probably have to do, guys, is I'm probably going to have to resign myself to the fact that I made this ship too damn big for a small vessel. And be happy with that, because, I mean, what else can I do without, you know, I don't want to vastly change the design of the ship, because it's not supposed to be an exact replica of the Raider, but it's supposed to be, I want it to be a reasonable facsimile, you know? And I'm just, if I keep adding more thrusters to it, I might, I don't know. Okay, so let's think about this. You know what we might be able to do now that I'm looking at it? We might be able to do this. We might be able to... I mean, it's definitely improved, right? But still not quite up to the performance I would like it to be. So what if we take all of this out here and make 2 more XXL engines and put 1 here and 1 here? I think that might actually work. You know what I mean? So basically, well, we'd have to take 3 blocks out. We might, if we do that though. Here again, if we leave it the way it is, we would be removing all of these blocks here from the hull. And, you know, the only thing between that then and enemy fire and shit would be just the thrusters themselves. And if they go out, you know, then we have a big breach there. So if I'm going to do that, I'm going to have to move these thrusters over a block. So we still have at least one full protective block on the hull there. You're going to build a Raza? Nice. Yeah, that'll be cool. Somebody already has. Take a look at it, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't either. You know, because different people have different interpretations of what, you know, popular ships should look like. So, damn it. The other option is take this row of blocks out, move these guys over a block, and then put an engine coming out this way. If we did that, the advantage to doing that is, you know, we keep more hull here, more protection for the warp drive and the stuff on the inside. That might actually be smarter. Plus, it would, you know, it'd be simpler because then I wouldn't have to take all this shit apart here. So, there's a lot of people watching in chat. Does anybody have any opinions? Speak up if you want. Or not. I'm open to ideas. Here's where I'm leaning right now. I'm leaning it on taking this row out here, moving this engine over a block, and then building 2 more XLs and putting them in this spot. And then, you know, that's going to have to do the trick because you know, the only other option besides that I can see is to put, you know, like little small thrusters in, just line like this whole back area with smaller thrusters. I don't really want to do that because I don't think that'll look good. So I think that's what I'm going to do. We're going to take out, well, here, before I do that, let's go get those engines made because it'll take a little while. And then I think we're going to call that good for the rear thrust. Because it's not terrible, it's just not quite as spunky as I'd like it to be. I almost wonder if, you know, in hindsight, if I should have actually made this a capital vessel so I could have used, you know, capital vessel stuff. But it's too late now. I'm not going back. Alright, so I want 2 more of these. So let's get those cooking up. And while that's taking place, we'll go carve the, remove the blocks we need to move and move the current thrusters over. Take this out on both sides. Hold still, you squirrely little drone. There we go. Move all thrusters up 2 blocks and double them. Tell you what, hold that thought. Hold that thought. The reason why I don't know that I would want to do that is just because, you know, in these wings in the back are pretty thin on the real Raider, and I don't want to make them look too terribly bulky, except for the raised part, because the real Raider actually has a raised part right here. But the idea has merit, so let's just hold on to that thought. But ideally, I want to keep the ass end here, as flat as possible. To stay true to the actual ship as much as possible. Okay. So we're gonna move these over. And then we need to clear out excuse me. For now, I think I'm just going to clear out the actual blocks that need to be cleared, and then we'll figure out what we'll do about the actual end of the thruster itself. The game doesn't care if you actually block the thrusters. Doesn't matter. It would bug the hell out of my OCD though. But I could get away with it and without it actually affecting any performance or anything. Okay, and then we'll do the same over here. New cartridge for the multi-tool. Alright. The engines should be done by now. So we'll hop back and grab them, and then we'll see if this is going to do the trick. Yeah, I had originally, figured I could just slap the 3XLs on the end, or XXLs on the end, and it would be fine, but it's not really quite enough. All right. Hopefully this will do it, and then we'll be done with rear thrust. We need to work on forward thrust. Well, no, we're working on forward thrust now. Then we need to work on rear thrust and lateral thrust. I might have to, there's no way I'm going to get this done tonight. So I'll probably, we'll go for a little bit longer. But I'll probably get up in the morning and just resume at that point. Okay. 2 more XXLs coming up. Come on. Yeah, my page up key's not working again. Oh. Wait a minute. Yeah, I gotta take those blocks out. I'll fix that later. Oh, there. We just had it. There we go. And then same thing over here. Beautiful. Okay, so for this situation, I might be able to sort of kind of fix that a little bit when we, you know, do the cover over the engines. Let's just do that for now, I guess. That's something I'll probably have to just mess around with a little bit off camera and figure out, you know, the best way to deal with it and make it still look halfway decent. All right, here we go. Hit that key. Okay, you know what? I think that's decent thrust for a ship this size. I'm definitely liking the lift. It's still not going to win any races though, man, I'll tell you that, but oh, okay, here's another thing. Check this out. That's part of my problem right there. If you look at the power usage, watch when I do a full thrust. Okay? So I'm at 162% power usage. So part of my problem is I don't have enough jennies on this. And that's good to know, because actually we might be able to make it better now by adding more generators. I was going to look at that anyway, and I kind of forgot, so I'm glad that I did. So if it's 168% under full thrust, and I have, how many generators do I have in here? Let's see here. I have 2. Wait a minute. No, I should have more than 2. What the hell's going on? Oh, I do have more than 2. I just don't have them grouped. Here, let's just auto group everything. Okay, so I have 4 jennies in here, and I'm at 168%. So I really need 2.5-ish more, and obviously I'm not going to do a half generator. Plus, I still have more thrusters to throw on here. So I'm going to put, for now, I'm going to put 4 more generators on this ship. And then we'll see if that improves things. It should. It should improve it a little bit, I would think. That's all going to change too. I'm not going to leave it like this because that's all wonky looking. I might even end up bringing the whole fuselage back a few more blocks too. I should be able to get away with that. Okay, well, so we need to make 4 more generators. And we need to start thinking about reverse thrust. Now, the thing about reverse thrust is it's really actually pretty important for POI busting in this game. Because what you typically will do is you'll come upon the enemy base and then you'll kind of, dip your nose down and then fly up and backwards a little bit and strafe to avoid the fire. And you want to have, pretty decent thrust, backwards thrust, to make that work. So we still have to deal with that, and we have to deal with, lateral thrust too, which is going to be one hell of a task as well. I'm not even sure exactly how that's going to work. Probably what's going to happen with that, guys, is I'm going to just put one humongous row of thrusters all along the fuselage underneath the wing for the lateral thrust. That way it's, relatively hidden and shouldn't detract, too much from the design of the ship. So, what time is it? 12:18. All right, well, let's go till around 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock my time. So we'll get 4 more Jennies made. And what do I have here? I've got 2 larges. These aren't going to stay here. So let's take those off right now. We might end up doing something similar. Now, I was planning on putting guns in the nose, but the actual Raider does not have guns in the nose. So if we decide also not to do that, I could put thrusters up here. It's 8 a.m. Where you are right now. You're in UK, right, Dan? Okay, let's see. Let's think about this for a second now. We had a couple of larges on there, and it was definitely slow backing up. So what I'm trying to decide is, do I want to cut into the wings right here for the reverse thrusters? So if I don't do that, then I'm going to have to put them either underneath or on top, and I'm pretty sure I definitely don't want them on top. Now, another possibility is we could put a couple of thrusters here like this, and cover them, with a mound. Yeah, you know what? That's a possibility. So let's put that there. And we could even do the big ones too. I kind of like that idea, to be honest with you. So we can make 4 more XXLs. I put, one there, and then same thing on this side. And then cover them over. Might not be a bad idea, though, for me to sink those down one block, too. Let's see what that looks like. Because the one concern I do have is that, this, by the time we cover this, it's going to be the same height as the fuselage, and it's not really supposed to be on the real ship. Not that I have to make it exactly like the real ship. I'm not trying to do that either, but we want it, we want it to get as close as possible. Let's see what this looks like if we sink it down one block. Whoops. Yeah, I think I could live with that. Okay. What I'm probably going to do with these large ones, is we'll probably line them all up underneath here. But, I'll take a layer of blocks out of the fuselage so they kind of sink into it a little bit. Because right now I've got some half blocks that are pushing that out anyway. But the idea was that we'd just make a big old row of these on both sides. And we'll probably use this large block or thruster to do that. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking for this. I'm thinking that we go make 4 more big ones. And we sink that down. And we pop those in there. And see how we feel about it. So let's do that. Oh, okay, Newcastle, nice. Good deal, man. Once I finish the Raider build, then, my next big build project will be a capital ship. So looking forward to that. It'll be fun. I haven't decided yet exactly what I'm going to do. Probably not going to build, something that's absolutely ginormous. I'd rather go for more of a Corvette, something sleeker and faster. Than like a big, huge dreadnought type ship, but we'll see. Okay, what are we doing? We're gonna make 4 more big uns. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. How's my cobalt? Cobalt's the main expensive ingredient in these. So we might have to go hit the moon. There's a couple cobalt deposits, and there's a cobalt asteroid too. Obviously not tonight, but at some point, because I'm going to run out of that stuff. Okay, so we'll let that do its thing, and we'll go carve some more blocks away. This is where it'd be nice if the symmetry plane would work on block removal, as well as adding... guys are awful quiet in chat tonight. Say something. I'm just teasing. You don't have to say anything if you don't want to. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to take this back. Those are the big ones are 13 blocks long. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that's how far back we need to go. You're digging holes, Josie. What are you doing? You mining? Are you on the Widow server? And then, of course, we'll do the same thing over on this side. Whoops. You're on Windows server trying to make something silly? Okay. Yeah, that's right. What game are you playing on Windows server? Man, that is a hell of a lot of thrusters. And I'm not even done yet. Okay. Oh, remind me to make those jennies too when we get back, guys. Oh, Windows autocorrect, gotcha. Okay. It's the autocorrect on my frickin' iPhone that's always killing me. You type something and then it changes to something entirely different. You don't notice it until after you hit send, and it's like, ah, oh, shit, that's not what I meant to say. Propellus, thank you, sir, for the follow. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel, man. Do you play Empyrion yourself? What am I doing? I'm making generators and picking up these. Oh shit, we still have 2 more of those to go. All right, well, let's see. Let's make here we go. Let's make 4 more of those, and I have a feeling we're probably going to need even more than that when it's all said and done. Oh, nice. Okay. Are you looking for a multiplayer server? Because we got slots open if you want to come and hang out with me and my buds. Alright, well, that's going to take a couple more minutes. What do we want to do while we're waiting? Actually, you know what I need to do is make another mining laser. I'm just going to queue one of those up. I left my other ones up on the moon, but I was short one. I spawned in the ladybug off the workshop. Oh, excuse me. And pulled all the normal drill modules off and replaced it with lasers. Very, very good. Cheap mining rig. Highly recommend it. It's, where is that at? Ladybug. This one right here. Drill Sergeant's not bad either. It's pretty decent, but I like the Ladybug. One thing about the Drill Sergeant that makes it superior to the Ladybug is it actually has a sealed cabin. And so a couple weeks ago, me and Josie and a couple other guys did a new start on the planet Sienna, which is absolutely brutal planet. It can get close to 200 degrees below 0 Fahrenheit at nighttime on that planet. So think about Hoth, but even worse probably. And so the Ladybug didn't work on that planet because it's not sealed, right? But this one did, and so this was the ideal cheap drilling craft for that particular planet. But if you don't need to have a sealed cabin, then I think the Ladybug's a little nicer, works a little better. So I just spawned one of these in, and then I just tore off all the the cheap modules and put the lasers on. It works really well, and you can see, as you can see here, it's very inexpensive to make. It only takes 20 minutes. So anyway, there's a little something for you if you're not familiar with it. Okay, so we got the thrusters. I guess we'll wait for those Ginnies. So while we're waiting, what else can I show you? This is the hovercraft that I built a couple of months ago on stream, and it's sitting up on the top, and this is on the workshop. So if you guys are interested in that, it's available. It's pretty good hovercraft. It's not real good for mining just because it's got so many angles on it, so it gets caught up easy. But it's pretty fast. It handles really well, and really like it for basic hovercrafting. And let's see. Another thing I've got on the workshop is this illegal base. Illegal meaning that I built it about 2 years ago, and it's got some bad blocks in it. At some point, I need to see if I can fix that, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But basically, this base is, yeah, see it says contains forbidden blocks, or it has the wrong version. But I modeled it kind of after the Space Needle in Seattle, Washington. The real Space Needle is about 600 and some odd feet high, and so is this. This guy's about 620, 30-ish feet up in the air. And really fun base. And it's kind of hard, to actually see the enormity of it from this picture here. But if you're interested, look that up on the workshop, and I got a lot of pictures up. Took a bunch of screenshots. It's not really a good PvP base, at least not as it is. Just because it has quite a few turrets, but all somebody would have to do is take out the little stem here, and the whole thing would come tumbling down. So when I originally built it, I kind of had PvP in mind, but I don't think it's really practical for that. But for PvE, it's awesome. Okay, so we got the Ginnies and we got the thrusters. So let's head on back, slap those on, and then we'll see how well we can back up. Now, I'm not expecting, the backup acceleration to be as good as the forward, but I want it to be functional enough to where I can, draw down on a base and, be able to back up and avoid the fire to some extent. So we'll see how it goes. And then this little black and yellow thing I'm flying around is something I whipped together on a Saturday morning stream, and it's a fun little ship. It gets the job done. I think that is. I don't actually have that one on the workshop though. But if anybody was interested, I could certainly put it up there. But this is what it costs to make. It does require 123 Sathium. Some cobalt and a little bit of neodymium because it does have hardened blocks. But for a relatively cheap little vessel, it handles really well and gets the job done. It's got 3 Gatlings in the front, so it'll shred the hell out of any drone. So I got to replace a block there. In fact, you know what? Let's do that right now. Well, I got a cold I'm trying to get over, so I apologize for the cough in there. You know what else I should actually do now that I'm looking at this? Is we should put these... Oh, almost had it. There we go. Like this. There. That'll give the guns a little more protection from down below. I don't know why I didn't do that in the first place. Maybe I intended to and I just spaced it off. I don't have my paint gun on me though, so we'll paint it later. Okay, back to this. Okay, man. No problem, Dan. Oh, yeah, I'm standing next to all these thrusters here. Got the power, and it's roasting my butt. Temperature is definitely a thing in the game. Okay, so we're going to put these big boys down here. Like so. And this one will go in here. Oh, nope. I screwed that up. Try that again. Alright, and then this one will go in here. No, I did it again. Sometimes the angles can be a little weird. Especially when you're using the drone. That's what we want to do. Okay. Let's just try that, and we'll see what it does. I have a feeling it's probably not going to be enough, but we'll see. Whoop. Well, you know what? That's not too bad. That's not bad at all, actually. I think that's very doable. Let's get those other generators in too. Oh yeah, that's good. That's better than I thought it was going to be. Okay, good. Something actually worked out for a change. No, I'm just teasing. It's not all that bad. Okay, so let's throw these guys in. I'm just going to put them here for now. That doesn't necessarily mean they're going to stay there forever. Okay, so we just doubled our power. Now let's see what happens. Yeah, see, that's better. Now I'm 81% under full thrust. Definitely going to need some more RCSs, though. Really, really bad turning. But like I said, you know, we need to get our lateral thrusters on first before we start playing with that. But here's what's going to happen. You know, let's say that we're gonna attack a base, so we're gonna kind of get up at an angle like this, and kind of come down. And I can't strafe right now because I don't have any lateral thrusters, but we'd strafe back and forth, and you know, kind of back up a little bit as needed. You know, to avoid the fire. So I think, you know, I think that's acceptable. It could probably be a little bit better, but it's not terrible. So we're going to go with that, and then if I have to adjust it later, you know, I always can do that. So, okay, now I got to try and line this back up without any lateral thrusters. Slowly turn it that way. level it out. And then I'll be back in 12 hours from now when I get this thing turned around. Jeez, that's bad. Yeah, definitely, guys. If I had to do this over again with a ship this big, I would have done it as a capital vessel and not a small vessel. But you know, live and learn, right? Okay, where's my pad? Oh, okay. So let's turn this way. And then we'll kind of cut over this way a little bit. Alright, and still need to go this way some more. I should have thrown a couple lateral thrusters on there just anywhere, you know, for maneuverability, but I wasn't thinking. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll back up this way, and then we'll come in like this. No, you're going the wrong way. That's what we'll do. We'll use gravity to laterally move. There we go. Alright, level out. And then drop down. Perfect. Okay, so I think we're going to go with that for the reverse thrust for now. Like I said, it's not ideal, but it's not bad. And adding the extra generators made a bit of a difference too, of course. So the final step for the thrusters on this thing is the lateral stuff. So I'm thinking we'll use the large ones, and what we're going to do is we're going to punch into here. Tell you what, let's do this. We're going to kind of start in the middle and work our way out to the sides until we have the number that I think we need. So let's take that off, and yeah, see, that's gonna, yeah, I don't want to go that far in. So we're gonna, that's all the further in we're gonna go. Okay, now the other thing though is, how long are these? 7. These are 7 blocks long. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they're gonna come out to here. That's quite a ways out, isn't it? But I don't think I have much choice if I'm going to use these. Okay. Oh shit, those are also 3 wide. I was thinking they were 2 wide. All right. Then come out here. And we'll come out here. And I have a feeling that this is not even going to be close to enough, but let's just start here. Okay, so we want to turn, nope, yeah, I want to go that way. And then we want to flip this like that. Come on, get in there. There we go. Yeah, so we're probably going to have to come back all the way to there and probably come forward some too. And if that isn't enough, we might even have to put some in the sides here, some small ones. But we'll see. Let's just try these and we'll see how it goes. Those really are sticking down quite a ways, aren't they? That might not work. Well, let's pop the other ones on first and just see what happens. Yeah. So this one is 5 from the back where it starts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, does it start at 5 or does it start at 6? Let me recount that again. Actually, it starts at 6, okay. Oh, let's see. What is this one? I think it's this block. Oh, no, that's not the right one. It is this one. Nope, not that one either. It's this one. Yeah. And we need to come back 7. So there's 4, 5, 6, and 7. Alrighty. You're on a blue mushroom planet, and it's cool. Kind of weird that the golems give different XP on different planets. Oh, really? I guess I never really paid attention to that. Can you place a base in space and make a space station? Oh, yeah, you absolutely can. Yeah, Invisible Monkey definitely has a good point about that, though. But you can certainly do it. Absolutely. From a practical standpoint, though, most people I think are going to prefer to just have a capital ship, so that way you have your, that is your base in space and it's mobile on top of that. But if it's one of those things you just want to do it for funsies, and there's nothing wrong with that for sure. Okay, so the one thing about this setup is that at least these guys are flush with the bottom of the fuselage. So one thing we could do, if we decide to keep it this way, you know, in the way of armor, is we could do something like this. Right? And we could cover those up with these blocks so that they're actually, you know, have some protection. And it would be perfectly flush with the, you know, this bottom plating I have here. And then, you know, we could bring it up too and cover it up, you know, from the front and the back too. So that might be okay. That might be okay. Let's try it. Let's see what it does. That's your job tomorrow? Oh, you're going to make a mining base in an asteroid field? Okay. The only thing I'll say to that is, by all means, do it just because you can and because it's fun and all that. Absolutely, for that reason. But just keep in mind that, you know, mining in asteroid fields is something that's very temporary. You know, you're going to hit a couple asteroids and then it's going to be done and there's nothing more to mine. So building the base from a practical standpoint for that reason might not be, you know, the best idea. But if you want to do it for fun, by all means, do it. Because after all, that's why we play this game, right? For fun. Okay. Well, now we should be able to move side to side. Not very quickly, but we can do it. Okay, so let's think about this for a minute. So let's say we're attacking a base. And what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to be able to strafe side to side while it's shooting at us. And that is not even close to quick, you know, fast enough acceleration to do that effectively. We're going to get pounded. Which was kind of what I expected. So, we need more lateral thrust. There's nothing for it. We just do. And I think the way we're going to do that is we're going to add more of the large engines under the wings. We'll span those out to the front and back as far as we can. And then we might have to also add some small ones in the edges of the wings. Because, yeah, that's not going to cut it. No way. We'll get pounded with that. The way it is at the moment. You know what, though? The thing about this, guys, and those of you who have already built ships in Empyrion, you know, like I'm doing now, the whole process is fun. You know, I'm kind of a there's joy in the journey kind of guy, you know? And so I'm just having a blast doing this. And just trying to figure it out and tweaking it and fine-tuning it until you get something that works. And, you know, like I said, I'm kind of working with a bit of a handicap from the standpoint that I made the ship too damn big for a small vessel, you know. But even with that, it's like, okay, so we did, but let's see if we can make it work anyway. I just enjoy that. I think it's fun. Okay, so what do we got to do here? We have 5 blocks here, and we have 1, 2, 3, up to 4 blocks here. All right, so that's a total of 6. Or no, I'm sorry, that's a total of 9, which would allow us to put 3 more of these things in, I believe. Wait, am I thinking about that right? My brain's not working anymore. Let's do it this way. There's 1. Let's take these back out because I'm going to reposition them anyways. Okay, so yeah, okay, so there's 1. There's 2. 1, 2, 3. There's 3. 1, 2. Oh, that thing's in the way. There's 4. 1, 2, 3, 5. So we can put 5 thrusters under the wings here. And we have 4 already made. So we need to make 6 more. So let's go get those cooking up, and then we'll come back and trim the wings down to make room for them. Look at the moon rise. Is it rising or falling? Well, it depends upon if I'm moving or not. That's cool. Empyrion Studios is the developer of this game, and they've done a really good job, particularly in Alpha 7, of making this game look absolutely beautiful compared to what it was before. Before it was okay, but it was kind of more cartoony, for lack of a better term. And then when they came out with Alpha 7, they really, they completely redid the landscaping and the texturing, and it just looks really good. And it's beautiful in space too. So I always enjoy that about this game. Oh, Skettabug too. Thanks, man. Are you did you go back to bed already? Looks like you did. Yeah, sorry I missed that. In fact, what else is going on in chat? I should probably pay more attention. Well, let me get these thrusters going first. So what did I say? We need 6 more, right? Because we're going to do... We have 4 already, and we need 5 on both sides. Okay, yeah, so we need 6 more. There and there. Large thrusters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cobalt's holding out, but it's getting low. We'll see. We'll see how it does. We got pretty good iron. Got 2 more stacks of iron. And a little bit of silicon. Oh no, we got lots of silicon. Okay. So we'll definitely be okay for the rest of tonight. And then we'll see how things go in the morning. That I'm going to keep with me too, because I need to take it back to the moon. So we'll get these rest of these lateral thrusters in, and then we're gonna wrap it up for tonight. And I'll be back tomorrow morning, by 10, if not a little earlier, 10 Mountain Standard Time. We'll keep working on this, because ideally I'd like to get it ready to go, and spawn it in on the multiplayer server sometime tomorrow, if all goes according to plan, which it never does. Okay, so let's take this back down for now. And we'll just leave that there. And I think we're carving this all the way out. All the way back to here. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. And remind me, guys, too, when we set these down, to put the symmetry plane on. So I don't have to do it twice. With enough RCS, rolling lets the down thrust compensate for side thrust a little bit. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I was thinking thinking that, sort of, kind of subconsciously, when I was messing with that monkey. So yeah. Yeah, that's a good point too, Monkey, about the respawning asteroids. You can tell you're getting old when oatmeal and banana is your midnight snack. that doesn't mean you're old, man. That sounds good. Okay, so I guess we need to go on this side and do the same thing, don't we? So we bring that out to there. Went too far there. And then all the way to the back. That's got to come down anyway. Oh, I'm getting a little trigger happy here. Okay. Let's go back and grab those things. Those other thrusters. A lot of maple syrup. Oh, jeez, Chelsea. You're funny. Alright. Actually, I like maple syrup and oatmeal too. I've done that before. And you know what else is good on is like Wheaties, you know, wheat flake type cereal. It's really good on that. Sometimes I'll even put maple syrup like in my coffee, make it maple flavored, you know. And by the way, when I do eat maple syrup, I eat the real stuff. I don't eat that fake high fructose corn syrup, brown colored shit that people call syrup these days. Just so you know. Yeah, right, Monkey. Yeah. Absolutely, why not? Oh, we still got 2 more of those to go. All right. Well, let's go eat some veggies. So we had pears and tomatoes last time, so let's have some pumpkin and some corn and maybe some durians. Chow down on all that stuff. Om nom nom. Actually, eating pumpkin raw probably wouldn't actually taste all that good. It's good if you bake it, because it's basically squash, you know? If you like squash. There we go. Food's topped off. Nope, not that. Almost there. 1 more to go. Awesome. Okay. I can't think anymore. My brain's tired. So let's go put these on. Give it 1 more test flight, and then we're gonna wrap it up for tonight. Those of you who joined me fairly recently, if you are looking for a multiplayer server, we have slots open for Empyrion, and we are playing on the, or we're using the Voodoo 3 scenario, so we have 150 plus planets and moons on that. And so if you guys are interested and you're looking around, join up with my Discord. The link is in the information section of my channel here. And come and play with us if you want to. Turn that off. Okay, so let's pop these in. I'm definitely going to build this out some more too. Oh, show. Let's put this guy on so we only have to do this once. And we'll test it, make sure it's working. That looks good. Oh, yeah, whatever. Okay. We want to go this way and this way. Nope. Yeah, like that. Okay. Come on. You can do it. Okay. Get up there. There you go. Nah. I knew as soon as I set that down, I knew it was too far out. This might be giving me a little bit of grief, so let's get rid of it. No, not that. Okay, let's try this again. And one more. All right, that looks good. Just what the doctor ordered. Okay, let's try it out. I will definitely put ramps on this thing. I have a little bit of a pain in the butt to get into. Okay, here we go, guys. Better. Quite a bit better, as a matter of fact. Okay, so we're fighting our base right into the sun, no less. And we're strafing to avoid fire. And strafing to avoid fire. It's a little too much tilt there. I don't know. It's definitely better. You know, obviously it's better, but not quite sure it's enough. I think a skilled pilot, which I am not, by the way, could probably make it work in PvE. You'd get shredded in PvP with this. So, guys, I don't think this is going to be a PvP ship. But I think, like I said, I think a skilled pilot could probably make it work on PvE if you were really smart. I'm planning on putting mostly railguns on this too, by the way. And probably we'll put some minigun turrets and some railguns and probably some rockets too. But I'm still not happy with it. So we're gonna have to figure out what our options are, because I don't have any more room underneath the wings to add more of the current size thrusters. So I'm going to give that a think. And one possibility, man, even with 80 RCSs in this thing, I still can't turn the damn thing. I mean, watch this. I'm moving my mouse all the way off the mouse pad just to try and turn it. And we have 71 in there. So we're going to have a hull full of RCSs on this ship, which kind of sucks, because I was, hoping to have a lot more space to haul stuff and go on a really long run and, come back with a bunch of loot and stuff. But the ship's got to fly. That's the most important thing. First and foremost, it's got to fly and handle reasonably well. And, if we don't have enough room for freight, we don't have enough room for freight. It's just the way it is. But, anyway. Hey, Siri. Yeah, I am up late. And you're up early. How you doing tonight, hon? Seriously Stressed Gamer is a good friend of mine, guys. And she is also from the UK. And she's a YouTuber and a streamer as well. And we're actually going to stream tomorrow afternoon, my time, evening her time, with some other friends of ours. 570 degrees. Oh, shit, it's hot. Man, let's turn this thing off. Good Lord. And I have heavy armor on and an EVA boost and an insulation boost. Jeez. Of course, I probably shouldn't stand right on top of the thruster, you know what I mean? Alright, let's turn this thing off. Good Lord, just about roasted myself. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, we're gonna either do the beta, Sea of Thieves, tomorrow afternoon, or if that doesn't work out, the original plan was for us to do 7 Days to Die on Series server with the Starvation mod. The one, that has all the critters and the scorpions and stuff. So, anyway, looking forward to that. We'll have fun tomorrow. Well, yeah, I don't know, Joss. We'll see. I think railguns are going to be my, definitely going to be the main armament, at least, the pilot-controlled armament, and we'll probably pop some minigun turrets on it, too. But we'll see how that comes together. I like the railguns myself, especially for, base attacking, but railguns are good for PvP, too. Not that we're going to be using this ship much in PvP, but we've got to come up with more lateral thrust, guys. We just got to do it. I was hoping that would do the trick, but it's not quite enough. So, options are, and I'm not going to do this tonight, but we could just take a whole bunch of little thrusters and just pop them all in, all these spots on the outside edge of the wing. And that would probably work, Let's look at something here real quick. Small vessel. So these thrusters, I think these are just... Are they one block? Yeah, I think they're only one block thrusters. These are two. Yeah, these are 1-2-1s. These have twice the force of those, though. But my idea was we could basically just pop them all in right on the edge of the wing here and just have a whole line of them, you know, to give us more lateral. I'm thinking that's probably what I'm going to do, because otherwise, you know, I mean, what are my other options? I don't really want to put anything in here. I could, and it would be functional, but it would look stupid, because, you know, I don't like the thrusters to be blocked. How did that take damage? That's weird. Are those blocks are damaged, aren't they? It's not letting me repair it. Maybe they're not. Maybe it's just the way the light's shining on it. Anyway, sorry I got distracted there. So, yeah, I'm leaning towards that. So what and maybe we even just do it along this, you know, straight portion here. And so what we would do is we would pop these out. Well, no, actually I wouldn't do it that way. We would do it on the bottom. So what we'll do is we would pop these out here. Or you know what we could do? You know, I just had an epiphany. We could pop these out, right? All the way along here. Put the little one block thrusters in here. And then these nah, I didn't mean to do that. These we could make angled hardened steel grates. That might look okay. I might actually be happy with that. And then I would probably, if I did that, I would also probably put like a plate underneath along here, just, you know, to protect them from the underneath side too. But that could work. That could work. And it probably would give us just the right amount of extra poop, you know, that we would need. You know, to give us the maneuverability that the ship needs. So that's what I'm thinking. Now the other option would be to do the same kind of idea, but along the, you know, the fuselage here. Which could work too. Let me look at that. So we could go in again, 2 blocks, and put the thruster there, and then put a hardened steel, you know, at an angle there. But I think it would probably look better to do it on the wings first, and then if that still wasn't enough, you know, then we could maybe consider doing it on the fuselage. So there's options. There's definitely options. You just woke up, Siri? Yeah, I know. Yeah, it sucks, doesn't it? Oh, so are you actually having problems with Logic server? All right, Joe. Good night, man. I'll see you tomorrow, bud. Thanks for hanging out with me on the stream tonight. I really appreciate it. You the man. Okay, guys. So it's time for me to wrap it up, too. I got to get my old butt in bed. So I will come back tomorrow morning by 10 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, if not a little earlier. And I'm going to just keep working on this because I would like to get it to a point to where I can actually start using it in multiplayer. So I'm kind of motivated, shall we say, to finish it up. So I think we made pretty good progress tonight. And we have more block work to do. We got to cover all this stuff up, you know, make it look good. We got to fix this ass in because this doesn't look good. But definitely, you know, coming together, looking good. So thank you everybody for hanging out with me tonight. I really appreciate it. If you take a look at the information section in my channel, you'll notice that I also do YouTube videos. So I do Let's Plays on both Empyrion and also on 7 Days to Die. So if you're interested and want to come and check that out, come and see me on YouTube. And then, like I mentioned, if you want to come and join us on Discord, my link is in the information section. And you guys are welcome to come and play with us on Empyrion. We have plenty of slots open on our multiplayer server. We actually have 2 multiplayer servers. I have one, and then a good friend of mine, Black Widow, runs one. And we are running the Voodoo 3 mod, so 150 plus planets and moons, lots of places to go to. Really enhances the game quite a bit. And I think that's about it. So you guys have a great rest of your evening. And I hope to see you all again tomorrow morning, or if not tomorrow morning, as soon as possible on stream. And we'll have some more fun together. Okay? So good night, everybody. Night, Siri. I'll talk to you tomorrow.